Okay, so today we're going to be replacing the clutch master cylinder for, I'm working on a 2011 Genesis Coupe 2.0 turbo, and you can see on the right hand side there we've got the new clutch master cylinder. The reason why I'm doing this video, when I was looking on YouTube for similar vehicles or a procedure for this, I didn't find anything for the Genesis, so I'm going to go ahead and post this. It's a relatively straightforward job. You need fuel tools. I've got there 11mm tube wrench, different set of pliers and needle nose, some brake fluid and some rags. What led to me making this repair was I was having some issues with the clutch. Sometimes it felt like I didn't have any pressure. Other times it felt like I had plenty of pressure. I tried bleeding the slave cylinder. I tried replacing the slave cylinder, which is a pain because it's inside the bell housing for the transmission. You have to drop the whole thing. That didn't work. I've bled the system several times, so that's what led me to believe that it's probably the clutch master cylinder. I kind of wish I got there a little sooner because this is an easier fix than any of the other things that I've tried except for the bleeding. So let's get started. So here's the location for the clutch master cylinder, and as you can see, get in there. You've got a tube heading to your main reservoir there, and then you've got that coil tube that leads to your slave cylinder, and then you see a pin there just to the left of it, this pin right here, that you'll have to pull out as well. And then let's go inside the car and see the other end. Okay, so here's the other end of it from inside the car. You can see there's not a lot of room here, but you can see the end of the clutch master cylinder here. You've got a pin that you're gonna have to pull, and you've got a plastic washer, and then that just slips off the clutch pedal here, and then it just slides out the back end, and then the installation is just the reverse. So we're gonna go ahead and start by, we're gonna go ahead and pull this pin right there, and then we'll go ahead and take off the washer, and then we'll just go ahead and slide this off of the clutch pedal so that it's free, and then we'll go around to the other side. Okay, for the next step, well, I went ahead first of all and put some rags down at the bottom of this because you're probably going to be dropping some brake fluid on your car, and as you can see, I've got my vice grips, my needle nose vice grips, already connected to this pin right here that I'm going to pull. That should be enough to pull out that thing. So I'm just going to use some needle nose pliers here to grab hold of this fastener and slide it back. And then I'm going to need two hands for this one, but I'm just going to pull that tube off. This tube's been on there since the car was new, 7 years, so it needed a little help. So I used a screwdriver to kind of pry back the tube and just kind of get that started. And right now I'm going to see if I can find something else that will plug into that reservoir so I don't lose any brake fluid. Okay, so here you see I've got the tube off the main reservoir, and make sure that you slide that clamp down there, this one right here, as far down as possible. That way you can grab it and that thing doesn't dig into your hand. And surprisingly, with the cap on, there wasn't a whole lot of fluid that dripped out. You can see it just a little bit there below, and I was able to get this. I don't even know what that is. I think it's like for a door stopper or something like that. I just put that on the end of it just to keep it from flowing. And so then we'll go ahead and work on getting this unit out and getting the new one in. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this because it wasn't very clear how to get this out, but it appears that there's a twist and lock mechanism. So if you look up here, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. There we go. So you can see the metal plate behind it. If you were to turn, well, from this angle, if you were to turn this cylinder to the right, it'll fit inside that groove, and then you can just pull it out from the other side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the other side, the engine side, and I'm just going to twist, and it should pull right out once it fits inside those grooves. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but I'm going to go ahead and just give a twist on this, and sure enough, it pulls right through. So it's always a good idea to compare your old part with the replacement part, and as you can see here, these are exactly the same. This one being the new one, this one being the old one. Honestly, I don't know what failed on this, because when I press on the plunger, I still get good resistance, but there might be something wrong in here where it doesn't keep that pressure, or there was no leak. So we're going to install the new one. Hopefully everything works out after we bleed out the system, and we get this back up and running. So the installation is just the reverse. As you can see, it's got that box here, which matches up with this box here, and you just fit it in there and give it a twist to the right, and it should go back in there. Alright, so we've got the new unit in now here. It was a lot easier to get out than it was to get in, but with just a little bit of finagling, and there's not a whole lot of room in here. So what we're going to do is just connect all these up, and on the inside as well. On the inside here, I'm just going to go ahead and get the clutch master cylinder end on the end of the clutch here, and let's get that washer back on there. Get that pin back in, and you're done. Now the only thing you want to do at this point is you want to get a buddy to help you bleed out this system. I'm sure there are other videos that can do that. I might show you that, but for the installation of the clutch master cylinder, this is it, guys. Good luck.